Hello, boys and girls. Miss you guys already, but I thought I would do a read aloud with you. And the title of the book is called Esperanza Rising. It's a wonderful California historical book, and it talks about the Mexican immigrants that came in the 1920s. I'm going to read a little blurb on the back. It's called Riches to Rags. What a great title there. Esperanza believed her life would be a wonderful forever. She would always live on her family's ranch in Mexico. She would always have fancy dresses and a beautiful home filled with servants. Papa and Abuelita would always be with her. But a sudden tragedy shatters her world and forces Esperanza and Mama to flee to California, where they settle in a camp for Mexican farm workers. Esperanza isn't ready for hard labor. Financial struggles brought on by the Great Depression and lack of acceptance she now faces. When Mama gets sick and a strike for better working condition threatens to uproot her new life, Esperanza must find a way to rise above her difficult circumstances because Mama's life and her own depend on it. Boys and girls, this book we've had over the course of our history, we've had times where it's been really challenging and we've come and gone above that. We've risen above it. And right now I do feel like this is a challenging time for all of us in the whole nation. And I just thought this book would be a great inspirational story. It was written by Pam Munoz Ryan. She is an author of many other books. She is the author of The Dreamer. So I'm going to read the first chapter, and it takes place in 1924. It's called Aguas Calientes, Mexico. It's where it's taking place, 1924. Our land is alive, Esperanza, said Papa, taking her small hand as they walked through the gentle slopes of the vineyard. Leafy green vines draped the arbors, and the grapes were ready to drop. Esperanza was 6 years old and loved to walk with her papa through the winding rows, gazing up at him and watching his eyes dance with love for the land. This whole valley breathes and lives, he said, sweeping his arm toward the distant mountains that guided them. Boys and girls, a little bit of personification there. It gives us the grapes, and then they welcome us. He gently touched a wild tendril that reached into the row, as if it had been waiting to shake his hand. Beautiful language. He picked up a handful of earth and studied it. Did you know that when you lie down on the land, you can feel it breathe? What kind of figurative speech is that? That you can feel its heart beating. Papa, I want to feel it, she said. Come. They walked to the end of the row, where the incline of the land formed a grassy swell. Papa lay down on his stomach and looked up at her, patting the ground next to him. Esperanza smoothed her dress and knelt down. Then, like a caterpillar, she slowly inched flat next to him, their faces looking at each other. More figurative speech. The warm sun pressed on one of Esperanza's cheeks and the warm earth on the other. She giggled. Shh, he said. You can only feel the earth's heartbeat when you are still and quiet. She swallowed her laughter and after a moment said, I can't hear it, Papa. I'm in trouble now. Agua tantito y la fruta cero en tu mano, he said. Terrible. Wait a little while and the fruit will fall into your hand. You must be patient, Esperanza. She waited and lay silent, watching Papa's eyes, and then suddenly she felt it. Softly at first, a gentle thumping, then stronger, a resounding thud, thud, thud against her body. She could hear it too, the beat rushing in her ears. Shwoomp, shwoomp, shwoomp. She stared at Papa, not wanting to say a word, not wanting to lose the sound, not wanting to forget the feel of the heart of the valley. She pressed closer to the ground until her body was breathing with the earth's and with Papa's, the three hearts beating together. She smiled at Papa, not needing to talk, her eyes saying everything. And with his smile answered hers, telling her that he knew she had felt it. End of chapter 1.